10 seconds. It's all that separates you from the person you want to be and the person you hate becoming. Right now, as you watch this video, your mind is already calculating the next opportunity to give in. But what if I told you there's cruel mathematics behind your impulses? An equation you never learned in school, but which determines the exact value of your life. Stay until the end because I'll reveal why those 10 seconds of resistance can literally be worth years of your life. Let's do a brutal calculation together. You have 10 minutes of instant pleasure versus 10 seconds of endurance. In your head, it seems obvious which to choose, right? 10 minutes is 600 seconds. 600 versus 10. The math seems simple. But here's what no one tells you. You're not choosing between 10 minutes and 10 seconds. You're choosing between 10 minutes of pleasure and hours of shame, self-hatred, and shattered self-esteem. Think about it. How many times have you given in to an impulse and then spent the rest of the day feeling like crap? How much time have you wasted hating yourself for not resisting? Now multiply that by every time it happened in the last 6 months. The result is frightening. Those 10 minutes of pleasure actually cost you days of your life in mental suffering. But wait, because it gets worse. Much worse. What if I told you your mind is literally being hijacked? Your brain didn't evolve to resist pornography, social media, or any modern superstimulus. It evolved to survive on the African savanna 200,000 years ago. When you give in to the urge, you're activating the same neural circuits our ancestors used to search for food when they were starving. Only now, instead of saving your life, it's destroying it. The dopamine released in those 10 minutes of pleasure isn't just a good time. It's literally the same neurotransmitter released when someone uses cocaine. You're not being dramatic when you feel like you can't stop. You're addicted at the most basic chemical level. And here's the part that will shock you. Every time you give in, you're teaching your brain that resistance is unnecessary. You're creating a neural pattern that makes the next resistance even harder. Now you might be thinking, so am I lost? Is my brain working against me? Not so fast. Because there's something successful people know that will change your perspective on those 10 seconds. Here's the secret that changed my life and the lives of thousands of people I follow. These 10 seconds of resistance aren't just about saying no to the urge. They're about literally rebuilding the structure of your brain. Every time you resist for 10 seconds, you're strengthening your prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, planning, and self-control. It's like going to the gym. Each rep seems insignificant, but after 6 months, you have a completely different body. Every time you hold out for 10 seconds, you're doing a mental rep that makes the next hold easier. You're literally evolving as a human being. But here's where it gets interesting. Studies show that people who develop self-control in one area of their lives automatically improve in other areas as well. When you learn to resist sexual urges, you also become better at resisting junk food, procrastination, and impulsive spending. It's like you've unlocked a universal superpower. Want to know how to turn those 10 seconds into a powerful weapon against your own impulses? Because there's a specific technique I'm going to share with you now. When the urge hits, and it will, you'll do the following. First, recognize that you're in a real neurological battle. Your primitive mind is trying to hijack your rational mind. Second, count slowly to 10, but don't just count. With each number, remind yourself who you want to become. 1. I am a disciplined person. 2. I have control over my desires. 3. I choose my future over instant gratification. During those 10 seconds, your mind will scream, it will bargain, it will try to convince you that just this once won't make a difference, but you'll keep counting because you know that every second of resistance is literally rebuilding your brain. You're becoming a superior version of yourself, neuron by neuron, synapse by synapse. At the 10th minute, you'll realize something incredible. The momentum has completely lost its power. It's as if you've defused a bomb. And that feeling of victory, you'll feel? That's dopamine being released by your own success, by your own growth. You've just hacked your own reward system. If this video resonated with you, if you recognized your own struggle in these words, I need you to do 3 things right now. First, leave a like because the algorithm needs to convey this message to others going through the same silent struggle as you. Second, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because I'll share even more powerful techniques to transform your mind into a weapon of discipline. And third, and most importantly, write in the comments, I choose the 10 seconds. It doesn't matter if you've tried 1,000 times and failed. It doesn't matter if you think it's too late. Write this sentence because you're making a public commitment to me and to yourself. And when you write it, your mind will know that this time is different. Remember what we talked about. You're not choosing between 10 seconds and 10 minutes. You're choosing between a life of mediocrity and uncontrolled impulses, or a life where you decide who you are. The math is clear. The power is in your hands. The question is, will you use that power, or will you let 10 seconds of weakness define the rest of your existence? The choice is yours. It always has been. See you in the next video where I'll teach you how to transform this technique into a complete mental transformation system. Until then, remember, 10 seconds can change an entire life, and that life is yours.